and gentlemen. We are flying in the Bermuda Triangle, a place where things are known to disappear and are never found. Now, fortunately, we have an Iomega Zip drive on board, and with it I can make a quick copy of all my important stuff. The 100 megabyte zip disk let me save, store, and take all my stuff with me. No need to panic. Okay, boys? Let's take her back in. Hello?
Get an Iomega Zip drive today, because it's yours.
Alrighty, after that strange commercial, today we are after that strange commercial, we are, and you guys are probably going to guess exactly what we're probably doing, and you probably guessed it correctly. We are going to be setting up my Iomega Zip 750 megabyte USB 2.0 drive with my PowerMac G4 Cube, which is in here. So, before we do that though, we're going to go ahead and set up and test this keyboard out. Now, I know I did say in the other video we were going to test this printer cable and that you try to get that disk drive out of that, but previous videos I've made of this you have not seen, and they have been deleted. I failed, and it took about an hour or two to get them to work, but I could not get them to work. So I'll probably save that for another video or an update if I can get it to work. Perhaps I'll try the printer cable in Windows XP and forcibly try to get that disk out of that drive. But alright, you're here to test this keyboard out. So, I already got the keyboard plugged in, and none of the lights are on. So, I'm going to hit this. See, so this looks like caps lock. So that light turns on. That looks like num lock. Yep. And that looks like scroll lock. Of course, that does not turn on because Windows, I don't think Linux is compatible with scroll lock. Alrighty, so let's see if we can type in all the keys on the keyboard now that are typable in that field. So I'm in YouTube and I'm going to type in the numbers. Yep, all keys have been recognized there. No query. U, I, O, P, up, down, something. Yep, I recognize the brackets. Yep, all the keys have been recognized there. Last row. So all the keys have been recognized. So this keyboard works. I'm going to hit enter and see if enter works. Enter works. So this is a Spanish keyboard, judging by this key right here. My father said just because it has this key, it's a dead giveaway that it is a Spanish keyboard. But for the main reason why I bought it, it has a Windows button, and it's cool, it's got both sides. So that opens and closes the dashboard. It's got a function key. But the reason why I got this keyboard is I got it for my Pi. And this is a PS2 only keyboard, but I have a converter on my Pi that'll convert it from PS2 mouse or PS2 keyboard and or to USB, so you can interface with that. And I have that, and I don't know if it'll work, but it'll be perfect for my Pi. This keyboard is a Delux, model number KB5000. Even has flip down feet, and it's in okay condition. I think the keys aren't that worn out, but a little bit. So I'm judging this computer, thinking this keyboard has not been used a lot. It even has multifunction keys on the top for like volume and power, no power, I meant computer, mail, whatever that is, and pause and play and stop. So this would be perfect for on-the-go trips when I want to take my desktop computer or my laptop with me. And there's this Alt-Ger key, I don't know what that is. So I'm going to go ahead and test out these keys on the top. So first we got to volume up. See if it works. I'm going to press volume up. Volume up does not work. Nor does volume down. Volume up and down don't work. Let's try the computer button. Nope. Email button. Nope. How about this weird button? No. Alright, pause and play. Okay. Oh! Thunderbird opened, and so did Rhythm Box. So it looks like some of the keys are working. Let me try that again. See if you guys can notice it. So I'm gonna hit start back from the beginning. So up and down volumes don't work. I'm assuming because they have not been assigned. I'm gonna go ahead and click the computer button. Nothing happens there. I'm gonna hit the mail button. So that does open Thunderbird. So I'm going to quit out of Thunderbird. Alrighty, so now I'm going to hit this little button right next to it. Alrighty, so it looks to me like hitting the button next to the mail button opens Rhythm Box. And that is a nice button, because I do like to listen to music a lot. So that button right there opens Rhythm Box. I have no idea what it is representing, because I have never seen anything like it. It looks like a car tire or a video, like a reel. And then we have plays and pause buttons. So let's see if they open Rhythm Box. Like on the Mac, when you hit the play button on the Mac, it opens the iTunes. No, nothing. Alrighty, so we're gonna open Rhythm Box. Let's see if it works. So we're gonna try play and pause in Rhythm Box. So I'm gonna mount my media drive. Got some new Monkeys music, so more copyrighted songs that I'm not allowed to play on the internet for a certain amount of time. So yep. Alrighty, so I need to find the Monkeys. Alrighty, pull it. See if it. It's gonna be probably very loud. Alrighty, so let's play it. This is from the 1987 album Pull It. So now that's playing. Let's see if we can pause it. Oop, it paused it. Alright, so it even stopped it. So it looks like play, pause, music player, mail, work. But the computer button and the volume switches don't seem to work. I'm going to pause the video and see if I can get them to work. Alrighty people, after some toy and playing, I was able to change the settings that map these keys. Now it is set to volume up and down, and that button right there opens the home folder. Unfortunately, when I press down on them, for some whatever reason, they do not open the folder, do the actions that I want them to do. I even clicked them to program them, and they did register. The computer recognized the key presses, but I think it is probably a problem with my computer. Maybe I need to reboot it with the new settings. I'm not sure, but I quite honestly don't want to do that right now, because I really don't. And I got other things to do, so yeah. So that's why I'm going to save the keyboard perhaps at the end of the video, and we'll see how I feel. But, so now that we have part 1 done with the video, let's get on to part 2, which is the main star of the video, and that's what we're going to be doing with not this drive. This is what we're going to be doing with this drive. We are going to be setting up my Zip 250 megabyte USB 2.0 drive with my Power Mac G4 Cube. We're going to be setting this both up in Mac OS 9 and Mac OS X 10.4.11. Yes, I've upgraded it. Painstaking upgrading from 10.1 to 10.1.4. I'm at 10.4.11. I did it during the summer vacation. It took about a couple of days because I had to order the install discs, which I do have. But either way, they eventually came, and now I have them. But anyway, of course I'm going to be fast-forwarding the part where I'm actually hooking up the whole thing in general, the whole unit. But right now I'm going to go ahead and go through what I have and what we need to do before setting this up. Since this drive did not come with a manual, I'm going to be guessing and trying my best from what I know about Omega. Omega. Iomega. I really don't know what to pronounce their company. Alrighty, people. Ouch. Here we have the Iomega Zip 750 megabyte zip drive. I do have two other products from Iomega that work. I have a FireWire optical drive, an external FireWire optical drive, and a Zip 100 parallel port you've probably seen in my what does you call it, thrift store video, or my video of my stuff I got from my thrift store. This drive is quite a bit newer, about 10 years older than the Zip 100 parallel. The Zip 100 parallel, I believe, was from 1994. This one is from 2004. As you can see right here on the badge, it says September 15th. Wow, September 15th, 2004. 10 years ago from today. This is 10 years ago from when I make this video. Today is the 15th of September as of when I make this video. So this is the 10th anniversary of this drive today. Wow, that is insane. What a coincidence. This drive just turned 10 years old. That is crazy. Really crazy, and I'm not joking. It is really the 15th of September. Look on the computer. So it is really Monday, September 15th, 2014, 4:49 p.m. And if you look on this drive, where is the date? Right here. September 15th, 2004. This is exactly 10 years old. I don't know what time it was manufactured. I don't know if that was the time. If it is the time, then it's about 5 hours old. 10 years and 5 hours old, so very cool. Is that the plastic? Yeah. But either way, I think it's kind of interesting though. This drive is exactly 10 years old. Exactly. That is just crazy. This drive was manufactured 10 years ago from today. Alrighty. After that all cool funness, is there any plastic we gotta peel off? I think there might actually be some plastic. Oh! This drive this drive wasn't even brand new. I had to buy it off a guy. It was used. But since that plastic was on there, now I can get fingerprints on it. That's great. No, I'm joking. But alrighty. So here's how we're gonna do this. Here we have my PowerMac G4 Cube resting on top of a Power Builder for version 5.0 study book. If I can keep this open. Alrighty, anyway. We have my 1 terabyte Seagate hard drive for my Apple iMac. My Iomega Iomega FireWire optical drive sitting on top of my Acom Data FireWire 400 and USB 2.0 hard drive, which is 60 gigs. What I'm going to do is, since I don't use this optical drive all that much, I'm going to be moving this to the side, flipping it on its side like this, and I'm going to put this right on top of it like so. That's exactly how it's going to be. Not exactly. So I'm going to put that closer so you guys can get a closer look. So here's how I'm going to do this. And thankfully, this is very nice. So it's a little stuck, but the FireWire drive just unplugs because it is actually hooked up to a base. See, it's already unplugged. So I'm just going to stick it like this on its side, or perhaps maybe stick it down here because I have quite a few unused hard drives in this corner of my desk. I have two 1 terabyte Seagate hard drives that I don't use, and I'm planning on using them in the future, perhaps for my newer computer to store my movies on them, because I really haven't used them in a while and it'd be a good time to start. So here's my Iomega Zip or CD rewritable. This is a CD-RW drive, manufactured, I'm not sure, but it was made in the Philippines. This drive is an Omega product. It is part of their Predator CD-RW series, Class 1 laser product. I got this at an antique store out in Vienna, Virginia, Vienna. Vienna of Virginia, and they had that drive there, and it was an offer I could not refuse. I got that in 2013. Yeah. So here's how we're gonna do this. I gotta be more mindful of how you guys are looking at me. So I just simply put the drive right here. Bam. It's exactly where it's going. And this is where my Firewire optical drive will sit until it will be used once again. So that's where the zip drive will be going. And unfortunately I have to go through the painstaking operation of actually getting this computer out and plugging in the extra thing. So right now I'm going to go ahead and plug in the everything. So here's what I need to plug in. I'll try my best to let you guys see. I have a the wall wart power plug, which I won't be using all the time, so I'll have it unplugged when I'm not using it. This just plugs into the power strip under my desk, and this, the other end, plugs into the zip drive on top of that hard drive. And we have the USB cable, USB 2.0 to the printer type connector. And that's going to just plug into the back of that back of the zip drive, and this plugs into the Power Mac. I even also have the CD, Mac and PC. I think we're gonna run the setup for Mac OS 9 first on this, and then we're gonna run the setup for the other drive on the other one. So I'm gonna go ahead and unplug this unplug the Power Mac G4 Cube, so no power goes into it, because again, this is a touch sensitive button and it could turn on while I'm plugging it in, and I do not want that to happen, especially when I'm moving it around like crazy. Alrighty. Right now this computer only has 2 USB ports, and both of which are occupied. One goes to a USB switcher board thingy on my desk, and the other one goes to a USB sound card. So I'm going to be using this guy, and I'm going to be unplugging that sound card. No, I'm not. I'm going to be unplugging the switcher's USB port into this computer. I'm going to be unplugging that from that, and I'm going to be plugging this guy as a pass-through to its little legs. Alrighty, so I'm going to get started with the hard part first, since I hate hard parts, and I'm going to do it now anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and start speeding up the video while I do this, and I'll tell you what I'm going to be doing each time. Each time I get done with something, I'm going to go ahead and slow the video back down to this speed and tell you what I've done and what I'm going to do next. So alright, here we go. Alrighty. As hard as I thought it was, turned out not as hard as I thought. So I already unplugged in the little dude. So now I'm just going to plug the switcher into its feet. There we go. Now the switcher is plugged back in. I'm going to stick this computer back in its hiding hole a little bit, because I pulled it out just a little bit so I can get to that port. So now I just need to, looks like to me the USB is kind of popping out on its feet there. Just zoom in there for a second. If you look, this thing can focus, it's splitting a little bit, so I'm going to plug it in one of its hands instead. Alrighty. I don't think I have digital zoom on this camera. This thing can do up to 2,000 times digital zoom. And yeah. Alrighty. So now I got the guy plugged in. I'm going to go ahead and run the USB cable through the computer. Just going to do a pass through from the top little hole here. Alrighty. I'm going to plug it into its hand and stick this dude back here, where it'll lie in storage, I guess, for a long time. So this guy's never going to see the day of light ever again until it dies and I need to pull it out, or something else happens. But either way, it's going to be a while before it sees light. So I plugged it in. See if I can get a close-up on that. You guys are about to go behind my desk. So here we got the hard drive, so I'm going to stick my camera back here. Hopefully there's enough light. So I need to see anyway, so here's the back. Can't tell. Wait, let me angle my lens. I need to angle my, there we go. So I think I see the dude. I think that's the guy. Yeah, there he is. So he's just sitting there with his head against the backboard and some more wiring. And I think it looks good, especially at this angle too. Alrighty, so make sure all these cables have been pulled on a little bit because I don't want anything all bunched up back here that is not supposed to be bunched up, like cables that are very solid that I aren't comfortable with all that much because they can really put some pressure on these cables on this computer, especially the firewire cables. It can be very thick, and I don't like thick firewire cables because they are not easy to control, at least for me. So anyway, plugged that USB cable in. Now I'm going to put this guy back on this tripod. And now I'm going to go ahead and put the USB, or run the power connector, power cable through. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can organize this USB cable a little bit. Alrighty. Connected the USB cable to the hard drive, to the zip drive. So now I just kind of organize it a little bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and run the power connector through. So I'm going to speed up the video yet again, and I'm going to do that. Alright, so I got the cable routed through. So now I'm going to go ahead and make it look pretty by plugging it in. I don't have it plugged into the power strip yet, so yeah. Plug the power in. So now I got it connected. I gotta pull this wire in and out of that hole so it can have less tension, make it look a little more pretty, more organized. I prefer organization when it comes to computer hardware, especially in the desk, but not so much out of the desk, as you can tell from all this cluttered wires. But there we go. I got the zip drive all hooked up, and it is ready to be used with my PowerMac G4 Cube. The only two things left we got to do to make it hardware ready is to plug my PowerMac in and plug in the zip drive in. So, what do we have under here? We have quite a bit of cluttered wires. Not very good at the underbelly of wiring organization, but I'm going to plug the PowerMac back in first. Hopefully no explosions. Nope. So now I'm going to plug in the zip drive. Not polarited. It's not polarity. No polarity on the plug, so it just plugs in one way. So heard a hard drive clicking. Pretty sure that was my Mac's. Whoa, geez Louise. Alrighty. Saw a spark when I did that, so I gotta be careful. Alrighty, so the PowerMac G4 Cube and the Iomega Zip drive is plugged in. Looks like I have 6 minutes of video on this camera. I gotta stop the recording for now and make some space. Alrighty, before I stop the video and make some space, the next part of the, when I resume, we are going to be installing the drivers for OS 9 and 10.1. I did hear that drive spin up. Let's see if it works. So the eject mechanism sounds like it's working. So it's hooked up to this computer, and so this also is on. So next part of the video, we are going to be installing the Iomega Zip driver disk, Mac and PC version 1.0, copyright 2002, the Iomega Corporation. Get that confused with Amiga, I don't know why. But alright people, see you in a bit. Alrighty people, I cleared about 24 minutes of video, which I believe it'll be more muff. I believe we are at about 20 minutes in. So let's begin this thing, because I don't want to make this no longer than 30 minutes like the other one. Alrighty. So, I'm going to keep that open. So there's the zip drive. I'm at the Firewire CD drive, sitting there doing nothing. And then there's the Iomega Zip drive. That's course is ready. We're gonna turn this guy on before we power anything on first. So I'm gonna get this guy on the tripod. I'll pause the video and we'll resume after I get it on the tripod. Alrighty people, you are now looking at my second Dell monitor, and to avoid a blowout or anything, I'm going to turn off my other monitor for my Pi and Ubuntu computer. I've turned the other monitor off and I'm going to turn this guy on. I've already turned on the external speaker for this PowerMac G4 Cube, and we are going to go ahead and begin this power up, see if we can get this drive to work. And to test it, we're going to be using the Zip Tools disc, and we're going to see if we can play a video on it. But in the case of the G4, but in the case of OS 9, we're just going to be testing it out with, we're just going to be seeing if we can even open this in OS 9, because I don't know if the video files on the disk I have are going to work on this computer. I don't know if the video files on this disk are compatible. But either way, I'm just going to see if it reads on the OS 9, and then see if it plays a video on OS 10. But, got the disk. Let's turn this computer on. So, just simply turn the PowerMac G4 Cube on right when I switch to it. Alrighty. I'm going to remove my Belkin keyboard. Oh, turned it on accidentally, I don't know how. Sometimes it automatically boots up, no reason. Don't know what it's going to be booting into though. Whatever OS it boots into first, we're going to be using. Alrighty, it looks like it's booting into OS X 10.1.4. So this is on my PowerMac G4 Cube. I'm going to turn on my external drive. This thing is great with OS 10.4, especially even being the last operating system made by Apple, which is actually in some cases still supported. I still get updates for it. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get on the inner tubes. I'm joking, not the inner tubes. So let's go ahead and put these drivers inside. So I'm already going to stick in the software disk into the G4 Cube CD drive. Alright, you're going to probably see it pop up on the desktop somewhere here. Once it gets spun up, it might even auto-run. Yep, there it is, Solutions. Good thing it did not auto-run. Sometimes I had Mac programs that would auto-run. But there's the Solutions disk, so I'm going to go ahead and open that up when I get my mouse. Solutions. Alrighty, so we got some things on the file. There's a Start program right there in the corner. So, we're going to go ahead and open it. So 0K available. Zoom out a little bit because I don't know how big this program is going to be. May or may not cover the whole screen. Should be compatible with OS X 10. At least I don't know if it will be, but we'll see. So start. Uh-oh, it's opening in classic mode. I'm gonna force quit out of it. Alrighty. So it looks like the software may only be for OS 10. I mean OS, oh there we go, Omega Aware for OS X English. So we're going to open up this file. I was able to find it. There it is. I'm going to get this off the tripod. It's really hard to see. I've got to constantly look at the screen and adjust it. So we're going to be using OmegaWare English OS X. We're not going to be using the Start. We're going to probably be using Start in OS 9. So I'm going to double click and open it. It should mount it on the desktop if it's a package or if it's an app. Oh. Asks me to type in my password. Put that in there. Alrighty, authenticating installer, OmegaWare. Accept. So, easy install includes the Omega Sam.text drivers, Omega CM plugin, AmegaWare.help, AmegaTools.app, and Amiga Active Delivery Pref Plane. I'm gonna try to just an easy install is the only one I can do. So we're gonna hit install. It says it'll be installed an application on OS X. So install. There's ubiquitous installer Vise. It's installing the 868 files. Doesn't take that long. Well, it's done already. Might need a reboot. Yep, requires that I restart the computer. So I'm gonna reboot it. I'm gonna go ahead and resume it once it finishes rebooting. Alrighty. Thinking that the G4 processor for this thing was probably considered pretty fast in its day. I think OS 9 runs mildly alright on the PowerPC G4 processor, but I'm not really sure about it. But anyway, it's opening. I guess I gotta reinstall OS. I gotta install Office 2004 on this thing. I thought I did install it. Oh, I guess it got corrupted, probably. Alrighty. So we've rebooted after the restart. I'm gonna see if I do have Office. I don't think I do. Probably gonna install it after this video. Oh, I got Microsoft Auto Update, but no Office. Strange. Okay, so we got an Amiga directory, Amiga Tools. So we're gonna open Amiga Tools. There it is. It's already opened. There it is. It's got its strange icon. It says there's no disk. So I'm assuming that, oh cool, you can do format on here, both MS-DOS and I'm assuming Mac. Protect, cool, write protection. Even a password. Disk info, capacity, drive info. Oh, detected it. So there it is, zip 750, detected it, zip 750, external USB, format no disk, driver, Omega, Iomega KEXT, driver version 1.1.1, ROM date 77.u, ROM date August 26, 2002. So the ROM in this thing is quite a bit older than the drive itself. So about 2 years older, 2 years in about a month roughly. So now that we know that the drive's working, or the drive has been detected, let's see if it actually opens or detects a drive being read. So I'm going to go ahead and pop the drive, the Amiga Solutions disk into the Amiga drive. Iomega. Why do I keep saying Amiga? It's just, I don't know why. Maybe it just looks like Amiga to me. I don't know. I do know what an Amiga is, but I don't know why I keep saying that. So I'm going to put this zip 100 because it can read these disks. Put that in the drive. See if it detects it. Oop, it says protected. So it says it's unmounted. So, it's a good sign. Doesn't look like I can mount the disc though. Oh, yeah. So it sees the disc as an Omega Zip 96 megabyte capacity, Zip 100. It says it is protected but it is unmounted. So I'm assuming it will not work unless, because this is not, unless that's the disk. Oh, that is the disk. Oh, I guess it does read it. So it reads Windows disk. So we're gonna play the Monkeys theme song or theme video if QuickTime can open. So drive is reading and it working so far. Movie could not be opened. Let's see if we can open it with VLC. Because I can never get QuickTime to work on this correctly. So I'm getting audio, no video. So no video, no audio. I mean, there's audio but no video. Something I'd suspect. And since this is limited to USB 1.1 speeds, the bus is not going to be that fast. But we're going to copy a data off of it and see if it, let's see how fast it copies. So it looks like 2 megabytes a second. Let's see the processing indicator. So this drive is pretty promising. This will be another way to get data from my from my Ubuntu computer to this computer I'd like to install a game or something. So I've copied the movie to the desktop and it'll probably play faster since it's directly to the hard drive. No video. I bet if I opened this with iTunes it might work. So I'm going to open iTunes. And it does play like To Kill a Mockingbird and what kind of videos like that. Pretty okay. It's not that good, especially when you're dealing with high definition video, but it plays all those kind of things pretty decently. I mean, I've only gotten iTunes just to see if it, just to watch, like, listen to music, but just wanted to see if it even does video. Just want to see what it does when I play To Kill a Mockingbird. So I forget how slow it was, if it was even in this version. I mean, what's kind of sad is it's in black and white, and the video may be 2 gigabytes, but it's kind of sad though. Yeah, it is choppy. So I think these videos work pretty well, decently. Pink Floyd, The Final Cut. Yeah, that one's pretty fast. So if I made this bigger, it even gets choppy when it's that big. Let's just do actual size. That's better. So that works. Sorry, I'm just getting off topic. Just want to see if it works.
Our guide is separated into 3 sections.
Modulation.
In section 1, you'll get more than a few laughs as we present the world's
somewhat
first
choppy.
cyber sitcom, starring 2 of television's hottest comedy personalities, Jennifer Aniston and Matthew
So if I
Perry.
watched it at that size, it would work pretty well.
An adventure in computing that takes...
Surprise! This is just a 100 megabyte video file, though. But what the hey? Well, anyway, I'm getting off topic. So we're gonna go ahead and add the video to the library and see if we can play it. I think we can. So, go to the desktop, click End Season 2, open. So it'll probably save it as a movie, if I'm not mistaken. I don't see it. TV shows? Huh. I think it'd be a movie. I don't see it. Let me try that again. Add to library, desktop, and season 2. Choose. Yeah, it's not adding that video file. Well, either way, if we can still get some sound out of it, that's good enough for me. But, yeah. Let's see if I can open the other one. My hand's getting shaky because I've been holding it like this for a while. This one doesn't even want to play. Oh well. So I'm going to head to eject it. See if it does software eject. It's taking a while. I think I just screwed it up. Okay, so basically I screwed that up, so I just eject it. Oh, that almost fell out too. Alrighty, so I was able to get that out. The software didn't eject it for some reason. But I think the software can come in very much handy. if that was a 250 megabyte or 750 megabyte disk. I'm probably going to buy a couple of 750 megabyte disks in the future. Alrighty, so that was that part of the video of getting this drive, or getting the zip drive working with this computer. Let's go ahead and reboot into OS 9 and get the other part of that drive, or get the drive working in OS 9. So I'm going to go to System Preferences and OS X. And then I'm going to go ahead and do Startup Disk. And I'm going to set that to OS 2.9.2.2. So I'm going to hit Restart. Restart. So now this computer is going to reboot in OS 9 mode, which is just basically OS 9. So I'm going to head and pause it and play it once it reboots. Okay, we're booting up into OS 9.2. Should only take a couple of minutes, less than 30 seconds, or about 30 seconds, maybe about a minute or so. Doesn't take that long. Screw it back on there. About 10 minutes of recording space left. I don't know if I'll make it, but we'll see. I think it's one of those times it needs a reboot. Oh. Oh, no, I guess not. Uh-oh, the software opened up before the OS did. Huh, it's exactly how it looks on the XP. So I'm going to quit out of the software. Kind of funny because I didn't even open the login yet. Still waiting for a login to come up. Oh, that took a while. Alrighty. Awesome. I wonder why it didn't make those Star Trek sound effects though. But alright, we are in the computer. Now, the disk was already in the drive, so it's there. Solutions, gonna open that. Oh, I guess we do have sound. So there's a start program. We're gonna double click that and open it. See if I can wrap this up. Hopefully I can finish it in under a minute. So there's the software. It looks just like it does on XP. So we're gonna go ahead and do English, since I cannot speak Espanol. It has the music match pros. Whoa, registration. No, thank you. Won't even work anyway. Check out registrating anyway in the future. So I want to check out music match and automatic backup. I'll just install AmigaWare. So what does click here do? Ooh, live internet connection. I don't think that's gonna work anymore. So we're gonna install AmigaWare, Iomega 4. It looks just like it does on the Mac. Mac OS X. So accept. Okay. Installation includes Iomega drivers, tools, and help files. The folder will be created in the folder application Mac OS 9 on the disk Macintosh hard drive OS 9. So I'm gonna do install. Oh, not as many files. Assuming the GUI for this software is not as technical. It's asking me that I need to reboot in order for me to get the software working, and that's the only thing I can do. Alrighty, so I'm going to reboot it. And I'm going to restart this thing right when I get to the login screen. Or record again when I get to the login screen. Alrighty people, so almost to the login screen again. The software reopened while it didn't even log in yet. Typical, I guess. So we're almost to the login screen. Cleared some more space off the disk. So we've got 45 minutes left of video now. Log in. Put my password in. And we are in. So let's see if it has installed it. I'm gonna go to where it said it installed it, applications, version OS 9, and we should see Iomega, there it is, Iomega, tools, and Iomega Guest. We're gonna try that program out too. So I'm gonna open tools up. It's a little more graphical than the OS 9, it looks a little bit better. So it does detect the drive, even shows the original drive, so I can use more than one drive. Push to diagnose. Same thing, it detects the drive, which is good, and there's a diagnostics button. It looks like I can do more than one drive. I can put drives to sleep, eject disk at restart, verify disk writes. Oh, thanks. Eject disk at shutdown. Let's see. I'm going to put this drive to bed in 20 minutes. Save. Ready? So that's nice. Push to diagnose. No thanks. So drive select options, and that thing is the drive information. So this is a pretty more sophisticated software. Looks like the password. Erase disk. I think that's eject. It says jazz. That says Mac face. So I'm not sure. I don't know what the jazz and the Mac face mean, but let's test this out. I'm gonna go ahead and pop a disk in the drawer. I'm gonna put in the Zip 100 tools. Alrighty, it says no disk still, but looking at the desktop reveals a PC zip disk with a PC emblem on it. So I'm assuming it got it, but it did not refresh the software. Oh, there we go. Now it's got it. So now we have access to all the features except for the Mac face. So what does this do? This allows you to add a password for the drive, for the disk. When I get some PC 750 meg drives or Mac 750 meg disks, I'm gonna do that and try that all out. There's an erase button. So there's okay. So it gives you the ability to format the drive. There's a short erase, which is 15 seconds, and a long erase, which is a 10-minute, which I'm assuming is like the higher version of formatting. So I could format, I'm going to format the 250 megabyte disk if I can get it out and use it with this computer. I'm not going to do any of those kind of things. So that looks like an eject button, so I'm not going to click that. There's a jazz button, disk information. Just shows how much space is available, which is very nice. Format life remaining 100%, disk life remaining 100%. I don't know what that means. No driver on disk. Okay, so now I'm gonna click the drive button. Drives. Oh, that's just drive information. I think I already clicked that. So I'm gonna click this little guy. Oh, that ejects it. Ooh, it's a software eject 2 through OS 9. Put this back in, and it also almost fell on the floor. See if we can actually get stuff off this. See if we can play video file. Probably not. Yep, does not work. Can we open it as another file? It says that there is no audio corruptor is corrupted. And it is still open. Alrighty, well, let's see if we can even open a text file. So we're going to open version.txt. If the Mac can even... Oh, it did. A little bit So it says Jazz Tools 5.2, November 21st, 1996, build number 7. Jazz Tools. Oh yeah, this disk contains the files needed to work with the to actually run with the parallel port drive right there. So that disk that's in this computer right now, in that zip drive, is for this drive. But either way, it looks like it works. So I'm going to go ahead and pop the disk out. Okay, that is like so close to falling. That is a powerful disk eject mechanism right there. Alrighty people, thank you for watching my rather lengthy video about setting up this drive to work on my Power Mac G4 Cube and testing it out. Thank you for watching, and my little computer keyboard there. Thank you for watching my video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Most will definitely be likely. What does Omega Guest do? Before I go, let's see what this does. Let's test out a couple programs. I'm going to test out Iomega Guest, scanning for devices, and it shows the Iomega logo. Okay, it's going to take a while. Okay, I think I'm going to have to put something in the drive probably for it to work. Yeah, okay, Control, Command. I'm really impatient and I don't feel like dealing with it. Okay, force quit, because I don't want to use it. Okay, that's a pain. So we're gonna try Iomega drive options. I guess that's a smaller version of what that does. It's a smaller version. It's just the options version of the tools. So it does pretty much everything I wanted it to do. We're gonna see if it automatically ejects at shutdown. See if we can reopen that software up. Iomega Guest. Let me give it until 8 minutes into this video, to this particular segment. I'm not planning on using whatever Omega Guest is. Iomega Guest. Alrighty, let's quit out of it. Control Option Escape. If that doesn't work, Command Alt Escape. That works. Command Alt Escape. So force quit. Alrighty. Let's see if this thing will automatically eject when I shut it down. So again, people, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. And that did work. Thank you for watching my video on setting up my Iomega Zip drive, 750 megabyte USB 2.0 drive, to work with my Power Mac G4 Cube. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Will most likely be a video about my Linux computer. Interesting, it rebooted. I don't know why it did that. Alrighty people, while I try to talk to the computer and make it shut down, I don't know why it rebooted, but thank you for watching, and again, I'll see you in the next one, and leave a comment below if you have one.